Hey guys, I'm back from vacation. Disney World was tons of fun. I took a whole bunch of pictures and I also actually did a little vlogging on the trip. It's nothing special, it's not a lot, but I'm going to try to put a video together for you guys. Whoever's interested, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But I am back. I just finished watching the episode from last week and I'm just going to quickly get into that. So we start the episode and Hannah pretty much has a nightmare about her mom. You know, she goes out onto the patio and her mom's sleeping, and then her mom sits up and she's wearing one of those, suits you would wear in jail, and her hair's falling out and she screams, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Hannah's just really freaking out about her mom and all this crazy stuff that's going on. You find out that Melissa, she's now in London doing her internship, and then you find out that Spencer's mom wants an admissions coach to help Spencer get into college. So her mom is basically saying, you're going to college, okay? And Spencer's like, yeah, I know I am, but is all this really necessary? And all this crazy mess. Emily and her dad, they also talk about college, and Spencer says things like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get into the college I want to without being able to do swimming, and her dad pretty much reassures her that you can get in anywhere that you want to. The phone number that they got from Tippy, the area code matches the area code of a college that they go to later on in the episode. It's called Cicero College. And eventually, Emily and Spencer go there with the admissions coach. The strangest thing happens next. Aria's mom she's been acting weird. She's been acting very off, and Aria can tell. Apparently, she's no longer going on the trip with her boyfriend, and Aria's trying to figure out why. Then as they're sitting in the car, there's a bee. And I thought, this is just so random. Somehow A managed to get a bunch of bees in Aria's mom's truck. And then as soon as Aria gets out, they swarm her mom and she gets stung a bunch of times. And next thing you know, she's in the hospital, she's on medication, and I mean, she got pretty much messed up by those bees. And when that happens, Aria gets a text and it says, this is just the first taste of my venom. Kisses A. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, that is ridiculous. How do you get a bunch of bees? But anyway, moving on. Emily's on the phone with Aria talking about her mom, asking her, is she okay? Send her my best wishes. And that's when Emily talks to the admissions coach. And they mention Cicero College, and I already went through all that. Hannah's mom, she sits down to talk with Miss Hastings about, everything that's been going on, saying she has skeletons in the closet and asking Spencer's mom to help her out. And Spencer's mom says, well, I need to contact somebody and get some information, and then we'll go from there with all this stuff. And Aria and her brother get into a big argument because apparently, according to Aria's mom, it was Aria's brother who voiced that he didn't want her to go on the trip. And then Aria's brother says some things to her that are very disrespectful about, oh, you just want mom out of the picture so you can go back to doing things with your teacher. And the argument was just really heated, and it got pretty intense, especially when Aria shoved him out of the way. Hannah's mom gets a call from Miss Hastings telling her, this is pretty serious. We need to talk. Let me see, what's next? Aria wants her dad to convince her mom to go on the trip, saying, she really wants to go, but if you convince her, then she definitely will go. And her dad's kind of like, I don't really know about that, but eventually he does. Hannah's mom, she locks her closet. She's obviously hiding something, of course. And Hannah manages to kind of break into her closet, and when she goes in there, she finds the gun. The missing gun that we have all been looking for. And when Spencer is at Cicero College, she talks to somebody, and he says that the first three numbers of that phone number are numbers for the campus, and the second three numbers are numbers that are on Greek Row, which is where all the sororities and fraternities live. Turn the page. So Spencer is all about finding out who knows Allie, who remembers Allie from that summer. Emily is at Cicero College because she really wants to be there. She's there because she's all like, I really want this scholarship, find out what I can do to get in. And then she and Spencer get into an argument. And apparently, according to Spencer, Emily is being a little bit too flirty with Brendan, who is the admissions coach, and saying, you really should tell him that you're a lesbian, you're just really leading him on. And then Emily goes and tells Spencer all this stuff about her and about her family background and how her parents can pretty much pay for anything and blah 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 blah. So they are mad at each other now. So Spencer goes around and she is showing people Allie's picture and asking, do you guys remember her? And then Hannah shows up, and Spencer's like, "What are you doing here?" And I forgot to mention, but a little bit earlier on, Hannah called Spencer, wanting to talk to her about the gun that she found, but Spencer kind of kept blowing her off. So then Hannah shows her the gun, and Hannah's saying, "I need to get rid of this thing." And Spencer's like, "No, we need to take this gun to your dad. You're just going to make things worse." And then she tells Hannah, "Stay here." We knew Hannah wasn't going to stay there. Hannah's not a puppy. Hannah does whatever she wants to do, and it always gets her in trouble. But I'm going to get to that in just a second. So Spencer goes looking for Emily, and as she's looking for her, she gets shoved into a wall by these two girls who are laughing, giggling, and just shoves her into a wall, and she finds a secret room. And the room has a phone in it that is the number that they have been trying to find all along. And so she calls Aria on the phone. Spencer calls Aria. And they're like, why? What is going on? Who was in there calling? Who was she calling who was in there? They're just trying to figure all this stuff out. Then Hannah leaves. We all knew that was going to happen. Emily finally tells Brendan she a lesbian. And then guess what happens? Hannah, she gets caught trying to dispose of the gun in the woods by the police. Then she gets arrested, and what happens? A sends a text message to Spencer and Emily that says, "Just a friendly tip. Maybe Hannah and her mom can share a lawyer. Kisses, A." That's the episode. Ooh, I knocked that out in less than 8 minutes. All right, now my opinion. We're finally getting somewhere, people. We're finally getting somewhere with this entire thing. I mean, let's be real. This is dragging out like I don't know what. I just wish they could put more in episodes, honestly. I feel like the storyline with Aria's mom and her boyfriend, I'm over it. I'm not feeling that very much. Like I said, the whole thing with the bees was just random, and I don't know where all that was coming from. There were a lot of arguments in this particular episode. I'm surprised there wasn't another one with Hannah and her mom. I feel like that would have just been too much. We've been seeing way too much of that lately. What Spencer and Emily said to each other made me go, wow. That was just really, really ridiculous. In the secret room, gosh, someone was in there. Had to have been, of course, because Allie was calling him, but who? Who do you guys think it was? Not too sure about that. Overall, the episode didn't get good for me until the very end when Hannah got arrested. I know that sounds terrible. Actually, no. It didn't get good for me until Hannah found the gun. Because when that happened, I knew that she was going to do something stupid. Why does it feel like Hannah is always the one to do something stupid? The girl does not think. And I'm just over it, you know? When are these girls going to learn, control your emotions, and go in groups? That's all I'm going to say. If you're going to go do something stupid, go in groups, okay? And make sure you can run fast. That's all. That's the one thing I always say too. They need to up their cardio. Seriously. Desperately. But anyways, you guys, like I said, episode was a little lackluster until the end. I'm looking forward to the next one. And I missed you guys. So, there's the episode review. Take care and look out for the video on my vacation. So, see you guys later.